Welcome to USCOTS 2021. This video is to walk you through GatherTown, which is one of the two platforms along with Zoom that we will be using for this virtual conference. Gather will encourage interaction and serendipity. We'll use Gather primarily for posters and beyond sessions, for birds of a feather discussions, for the speed mentoring session, and for social gatherings at the X bar.
So before we get too carried away, let's take a look at what you'll first see when you hit GatherTown. So you'll be prompted to enter your name, and then we pick our character so we can choose different styles, different clothing options. So I'm going to find the one that I like. Yes, there we go. You can also change the color of your hair and your clothing based on some presets. So in the world, you'll see me as this. The next prompt you'll get is to allow your camera and microphone. So we'll want to do that if we want to interact with other attendees at USCOTS. So we'll just say allow. This is totally optional to you, but it'll definitely enhance your experience. Then we can choose different microphones, different output settings. Once we're ready to go with that, we just hit join gathering. And now we're ready to learn some of the basics. So first, we're going to learn how to walk around. So we'll use the arrow keys on the keyboard or WASD. And then we want to land on this little blue square. So now it's going to teach you how to mute and unmute yourself. It's always polite to mute yourself if you're not talking. Down in the bottom corner here, you'll see that there's your little picture. So click on the mute icon and now you're muted. So then the next thing, unmute. All right, and finally, we'll learn how to interact with objects in the world. So this is really important for the poster sessions and all that. So we'll hit X when it starts glowing. And you can see that we can watch videos. We can view some of the USCOTS posters during the Birds of a Feather session. We can draw on the whiteboards. And then you might encounter some of these other ones throughout the world as well. If you want to close the window, you can either press X again, or you can press the X in the upper corner. All right, and that's it for the tutorial. Let's see what USCOTS has in store for us.
You can interact with those who are close to you. So right now, I can interact with Judith and Alan. But you'll notice that as someone moves away, their video and audio will fade. So notice as Judith walks away, she can no longer see our videos. Let's follow her and wander the space together to see what it holds. You will notice as you wander that there's lots of useful notes on the floor to guide you.
When you get to the help desk, you'll notice that there might be an USCOTS committee member behind the desk who can help you. But if nobody's there, you have a few options. The first option is when you press X to interact with the chat to support. You'll be able to message someone either through email or live to get answers to your questions. You can also go over and check out the program and see what's coming up next, where you might need to go, whether it's a Zoom meeting or someplace in GatherTown. Now let's go to the posters and beyond session. You'll follow the blue line down into the teleport station. Once you're in the teleport station, you'll stand on the blue circle, and that will take you to the next floor where you'll find the posters and beyond. When you want to go to a particular poster, you can find the number that corresponds to the abstract. And once you enter that space, you're now in a private space with everybody in that square where you can communicate, share screen, share ideas, and learn more about the poster presentation. If you want to see the poster up close, you can again press X to interact and see the actual slides for the poster. The presenter can also share screen if they want to show additional information by clicking share screen and selecting one of their screens to share.
Another type of session that will be held in Gather are the Birds of a Feather discussions.
How do we get there, Alan?
Follow me.
You can follow someone by clicking on them, right-click, and then click follow. Then as they move throughout the conference, you will follow along with them.
We need to go back the way we came, step on the teleporter again to go back to the main lobby, and then we'll follow the notes on the floor to the Birds of a Feather discussions. Numbers 1 through 5 are on the left side of the space. The higher numbers are on the right side of the space. Let's go over to the smaller numbers. Suppose you're interested in birds of a feather discussion number 4. Just enter the room for number 4. The presenter, the facilitator of the discussion will be there to lead the discussion about the topic designated for this room number 4.
But Alan, what if there's no room around the table?
Never fear, you can stand in the room as long as you're within the room. You can participate in the discussion, even though that seems like standing room only. You get the comfort of sitting in your own chair in your own home because this is a virtual conference.
And what is this whiteboard?
For the whiteboard, if you go up again and press X to interact, it will take you to this eraser program, which gives you an option of both taking notes or drawing or making images. Everybody can interact with this piece when you're in the room.
What if I need to go to a birds of a feather that's not number 1 through 5?
In that case, right, if we notice, as Alan said, the numbers 1 through 5 are here on the left, but 6 through 10 are on the right. So then you can hop over to this teleport, and similar to what we saw for the posters and beyond, if you stand on the teleport, it'll take you over to that other side. So see, now we can go visit number 10. One of our other highly interactive sessions is the speed mentoring. If you want to go to the speed mentoring, we're going to go back to the main lobby. So we'll follow the orange-ish carpet back to the main lobby. And then we'll take the green carpet to get to speed mentoring. Similar to the posters and beyond, we're going to teleport. So we'll go stand on that blue circle, and that will take us to the second floor where the speed mentoring is located. If you're participating in this session, you'll be given your number beforehand. But if you forget, Ellen and I will be at the front of the room to help you. And so once you have your number, so Judith and I, let's say our number 2, will hop into this space and we'll be the only people in this private space so we can have a conversation.
Suppose I have a friend also at the conference and I want to figure out where they might be in the gathered town area. I can come over and select participants, and I can search and see who is here. And then when I find them, I can click and I can do a bunch of things, message them, I can follow them, but I can also locate them on a map. When I locate them, Gather Town will give you a pathway to follow. And when you follow that pathway, it will take you to the person you are trying to find so that you can then interact with them. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
All right, so you've just arrived at X Bar, which is our social space. We will have people here every day at the end of the conference. Larry Lester and myself will be playing host and hostess. But this is just a space to gather and talk about what you learned throughout the day, or just meet up with friends and maybe play an online game. Let's go ahead and explore the X Bar space. Oh, it looks like someone is in the way. If you press the G button, you can walk through a person in case there's anyone blocking a walkway at any point. So once you're in the X Bar, there's a bunch of tables, which are small private spaces that you can have a conversation with a friend and catch up after the day at USCOTS.
So whenever you're in a group of people, you have a couple options. One, you can click on a particular video to enlarge it, or you can click on these arrows to create a grid so that you can see everybody in a nice format at once. There's a couple other features too that we haven't looked at, including the mini map, which lets you look at the entire conference space, or you can click on reactions if you want to use something nonverbal to communicate.
So let's head back to the lobby and check out one more important feature, which is our exhibitor booths. So we can walk up to exhibitor booths to talk to the reps there.
If a rep is not available, you can go up to the space and interact with the various items available on their table.
Thank you very much for joining us at USCOTS. Thank you for watching this video. I do want to point out that if Gather is not your cup of tea, you can experience much of the conference without ever setting foot in Gather. Just using ordinary Zoom links can get you to the opening session, all of the keynote sessions, all of the breakout sessions, the award session, and the closing session. I hope that you'll enjoy Gather as well as a chance to meet up with friends, meet new friends, and just enjoy the serendipity that comes with attending a conference of like-minded people.
Thanks, everyone. Hope to see you soon.